I'm Pat Ridge with Ridge Production, and in a world with way too much content, let me be your guide on what to watch. This is Pat's Guide to Dope Shit. Today we're going to be talking about The Disaster Artist, which is a movie based on a book written by one of the actors in the worst film of all time, The Room, directed by Tommy Wiseau, produced by Tommy Wiseau, starring Tommy Wiseau, probably one of the worst actors of all time. His movie, The Room, became a cult classic, as you probably already know. His friend, the dude who wrote the book. So the cool thing about this is James Franco made an incredible movie about a horrible disaster, and he showed like the passion and the drive of this dude Tommy in like a really incredibly artistic way. And it was honestly, when I was watching this movie like a bunch of times throughout the movie, I was thinking to myself, this is why I like movies, because I've never seen anything like this before. Every time that happens, it's like it just proves to me that there's hope in new directors and new artists pushing the boundaries, and sort of like right when you think everything's been done, as someone like James Franco directs a movie that's totally original and like nothing you've ever seen before, but equally as good. It's not just original, it's fucking good, it's great. So James Franco read this book before he saw The Room, and that's how he was introduced to The Room, which again is this horrible movie that you can watch on YouTube, or if you just Google The Room, you'll see just tons of clips or tons of scenes from the movie, and when you watch it, you can't believe a movie like this even got made. But the dude who made it is like a super wealthy guy who spent $6 million of his own money to make this movie. So the hero here in this whole, I mean, you have a book, you have a movie, you have Tommy, you have all this, you have all the, so the hero here is James Franco, because he bought the life rights to Tommy Wiseau, and he saw this vision. No executive or studio owner person would have ever greenlit this movie. It would have never gotten made. The only reason it got made is because you have a real dope artist, James Franco, who saw what it could have been. He's seeing what's happening. He's seeing the groundswell and the culture around The Room. I have two interns that work for me, 16 and 17-year-old kids who know what The Room is. It's crazy the impact this fucking horrible movie made on culture and how far it reached. So ultimately, The Room was a success, even though it was a horrible film. And it's really incredible to see what James Franco did with the movie. I mean, that's just looking at it from a director-producer standpoint. His acting was just, it literally blew my mind, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get an Oscar for it. Also, James Franco's brother plays Tommy Wiseau's friend who wrote the book, and he's incredible, and so is Seth Rogen. It's always awesome to see Seth Rogen. Actually, there's a lot of actors in this movie, incredible actors. I couldn't believe, I kept seeing Zac Efron's in it, Josh Hutcherson's in it, the kid from fucking Hunger Games, Jason, I can't fucking pronounce these people's names, Jason Mantzoukas, Nathan Fielder, who's like one of my favorite people ever. He has a show called Nathan For You that you should fucking definitely see. Hannibal Buress, I mean, Charlene Yee. I mean, it's just like, I think that all these people respect James Franco and know The Room and just wanted to be a part of something cool. They wanted to be a part of something fresh and new and exciting. And Bob Odenkirk. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy, all the people that were involved with this film. See it as soon as you can. It's just sick. So, in my opinion, James Franco is like the king of all these like experimental artists, because he's reached a level that's so much bigger than like Nathan For You or Tim and Eric, but he's still at his core that dude who's like willing to push the boundaries. And if you notice, and just, you know, if you notice, there's something about James Franco, like he does like Pineapple Express, which is like whatever, a stoner movie, but then he'll do like 127 Hours, which like wins all these fucking awards, where he plays the guy who fucking has to cut his arm off. And then he'll do like weird plays, or like if you follow him on Instagram, I've always been fascinated by James Franco, wondering why is he doing this? And it's just because he doesn't really care. It seems like he doesn't care about doing things that are necessarily like gonna further his career in a financial way, or gain him any kind of credibility. He only does what he wants to do, and that what he feels passionate about. I mean, he did that movie Sunny, directed by where he plays this gigolo. That's actually the reason that Tommy Wiseau gave him his life rights and wanted him to do this movie, is because he played a gigolo from New Orleans in this movie called Sunny, directed by what else did James Franco do that was a trip to me? James Franco is just a trippy dude. He's like, I mean, after seeing this movie, James Franco, I think to me is probably, definitely one of the more important artists of our generation. And shit, he's still young. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do in the future. So I would say see it. I would highly recommend it. It's probably the most interesting, original, exciting, entertaining piece of art I've seen all year.